assumption. Gav, what about your prediction?
Yeah, hopeful for a close game, but I'm a form analyst, and the statistics tell me that Balwyn have to be favourites. They haven't lost to anyone below them, and Noble Park have dropped off since their first 3 wins from the 3 rounds, so you'd have to go with Balwyn.
By how much?
Oh, I think it's going to be a close one. There always is. A couple of goals in it, but it might go down to the wire. Let's hope so.
Yes, what about the capacity for these sides to run out games? You would think Balwyn are more consistent in displaying 4-quarter performances based on the form lines this season, but it'll be interesting to see how Noble Park rev themselves up, given that it is a standalone game. It always has that air of invincibility about it. Let's cross down to Ben Warren-Smith.
It's not often this happens, but I'm agreeing with Ray Baird today. Close game, Noble Park to get up by 3 points.
Oh, well, we're judging a tight one here, but Balwyn certainly the favourites coming into this game. And Gav, how do you see the surface and how do you see the crowd? A good atmosphere?
Yeah, it is. The crowd was coming in late, but it's as a standalone game, you're always going to get neutral supporters to have a look. It's a great opportunity to get out and see top division football, and it's a still day, even though there might be a slight breeze. It's perfect conditions out there.
Yeah, the surface looks very pristine, maybe with the exception of that centre bounce area where the players are lining up now as we are set to commence round 9 action. It's a traditional Queen's Birthday clash between Noble Park and Balwyn, a standalone game on the big stage. And we are underway at Pat Wright's Senior Oval. Gains to contest with Monkhurst. Won by the latter. It falls to ground level. Still the ball in dispute. The Bulls wearing their traditional strip today as far as the jumper is concerned. The hand pass comes out. Fumbled by Kyle Martin. It's forced towards centre half forward. Running onto the loose ball is G. Can't quite pick it up. It's O'Regan feeding it back to his teammate in Cross, who sends a high ball into the pocket. Zijai flew high, but only as far as Jeffrey Goebbels, and he provides a perfect start for the Balwyn Footy Club. First blood in less than 30 seconds. The Tigers 1 straight 6 lead Noble Park yet to score on the Eastland scoreboard.
Well, that's the start that Balwyn were looking for, and the start that Noble Park certainly wouldn't like that there, but it's early days yet, boys.
What about the marking contest for Zijai? He was the only one facing the ball. They sort of come at him from front, but it dropped down where Goebbels roved it. Anything wrong with that contest?
No, I just thought that Balwyn just made sure they had plenty of numbers around that contest.
Early goal to the visitors' ball when Monkhurst misses the tap, so it's still at ground level, but it's soccered forward by Noble Park. Gains a little distance, but no control yet. Falling over the ball was Oakes, and players fall on top of him. Tackle on the wing here at Pat Wright Senior Oval, so it'll be another ball up. Balwyn lead by 6 points after kicking the goal in the first minute. Rucks go at it on the wing. They miss it again. They're just clashing bodies. Quick kick for Balwyn, gets inside 50, but it's a big contest. Ground level ball picked up by Haley. He has to get out of tackles. Gives it to O'Regan, who snaps it around the corner. Charges it into the forward line. Goebbels being the rover and not the leading option, but it gets to a tackled player in Mullinger McHugh, and he'll have to hand it over.
Ex-Heathmont boy playing now down at Balwyn.
The hyphen.
Yeah, it's a mouthful if you have to get it out quickly, so we might take a breath before we do it. But Noble Park, they sprint the ball out, but they have no one to kick it to, and taking a relieving mark is Reverold. He goes short, finds a teammate in Goodleepson. He's short again, so Balwyn just sharing it around through Cross. Cross gets it inside, 50, leading option. Haley takes it on the chest as he dives into the mark, 35 metres out, and Cross, what good skills.
He's a really dangerous player, Charlie Haley. In fact, he's been in the top 5 goal kickers in the EFL for the last 3 years, and he's averaging just over 3 a game, so this could be really tailor-made for him this afternoon.
He's a confidence player too, Brash. If he gets the ball early and kicks a couple of early goals, he is very dangerous.
Well, he's kicked 8 for the season so far. Going for Balwyn second. He's pulled it to the left, and the goal umpire signals a point. 18.
Quite obviously,
didn't read my notes too well early.
Quite obviously already, boys, that Balwyn is certainly going down the corridor to that end of the ground.
Yes, they're favouring that particular element as the designated kicker Wyatt brings it back into play. Outer side of the ground for the Bulls. A big spoil is utilised by Marsom, forces it out of play. 70 metres around from the Balwyn goal. They lead it by 7 points early going on the Eastland scoreboard.
Alex Urban's got the big job this afternoon on Kyle Martin.
He's been in good form. Kyle Martin, of course, played 6 games for Collingwood. Loves the Queen's birthday weekend as well. Tap one by Gaines for the Bulls, but it's Balwyn forcing it inside there. 450. Kick off the ground into the pocket. Favoured the Noble Park defender of Wyatt. His hand pass is intercepted. Likewise, that is inflicted on Wilson, and it's forced out of play deep in the forward pocket for the Tigers. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. Do you like the setup in the ute on the outer side of the ground? The number of spectators just crammed into the back of a ute.
It looks like a 3-storey apartment there, doesn't it?
There's a few of those being built in the suburban areas. Is picked up by Haley, snaps towards goal. It's hit the post, trying to add to his tally. Only we're behind. So ball with 1-2-8 lead Noble Park yet to score. 4 minutes gone on the Eastland scoreboard.
Last time I was down there, they had a couch on the back of a ute.
Well, they can toot if they're listening, but they're probably too busy enjoying themselves. So it's another kick out from the Bulls. They just stroll outside the full-back position. Long kick to the outer side in front of the ute. Coming over the top, nearly marked by Lambert. Ground ball, though, will be wrapped up. Ball up 60 metres around from Balwyn's goal. So they're taking control with the early territory, the Tigers.
Actually, there's now been a switch being made.
So trying to get onto his G, but Balwyn have been good in the clinches. Can't get a kick inside 50. G again picks it up. Quick hand pass on the boundary side. Flying kick by ZJ, and it's missed, kicked, and it's out of bounds on the full, so Balwyn will take it from the wing.
And it's Weatherall receiving the hand pass for the Tigers. In fact, it's going to come back, and the free kick, the recipient will be Stevenson for the Balwyn Football Club. True centre wing position out of sight. It hasn't been in Noble Park's forward half of the ground as the kick goes inside 50 for the Tigers. A plethora of defenders fly high for the Bulls, and it's marked by Gaines. Filling in the hole for Noble Park as they work it to the opposite defensive pocket, and the mark's taken by Glenn. Grandstand side, chips the pass, finds his teammate in Zijai, that's of the Yilba variety. Tries to slow things down methodically for the Bulls to curtail Balwyn's fast start. It's probably what they need to do to slow down the tempo. Kick again across the defensive goal face. And Zijai will receive it once again with the hand pass. Kicks it towards right half back. Finds a loose player on the run. It's a good kick, well-weighted ball to his brother in Ali Zijai, who's stopped in his tracks by his opponent in Stevenson, who started off the passage of play. Chip pass to centre wing, finds the target in Collis, who's been reasonable so far for Noble Park. Chip pass again, working it methodically forward here, the Noble Park Footy Club, and the mark's taken by Yilbert Zijai, who's run forward of the play and sends a probing ball inside 50. First for the game for Noble Park. Flying high at the back was Scott, couldn't quite claim the mark. Umpire calls play on and will force a stoppage. 45 around for the Bulls' goal.
Just the way Noble Park worked that ball around the area, I think that wind's stronger than what we realised in this box here.
Ground ball, first attack for Noble Park inside 50. The pack goes over Zijai, and he's been overwhelmed by players getting towards the boundary line, and the umpire will have to get involved again. Another ball up 45 metres out from the Bulls' goal. They'll like a reply from the early one that Balwyn got in the first minute. Punch down, shark by the Tigers. The quick kick out means they're rushing their way out of defence. Gilchrist, and a short pass down the wing. No mark taken, it's off hands, and it's out of bounds. It was almost a team mark as it went off one forward player to another, but it's not cricket. And we'll get a ball in. Still forward of the wing for Noble Park. They haven't had much of a chance to have a look at goals. Just taken out of the ruck by Gaines. Gives it to a teammate. The forward pass. Gilchrist in good position, but the late spoil comes in. So Noble Park trying to harass, but it gets the cross in the middle and a quick hand pass, and they're running through the middle are the Tigers. Some options, sprinting back towards goal, and Haley gets out the back. He's got a teammate in the goal square. He sort of almost ignored him. His kick at goal was marked on the line, and Jaffa Williams takes a very fierce mark, and from point-blank range kicks the goal for the second for Balwyn. Let's go boundary side with Ben Warren-Smith as Balwyn get their second on the board.
Yeah, thanks, Gav. Thanks to car sales as well. Jaffa Williams, masterstroke to get him on the ground. Literally ran on the ground, ran into the 50, kick to goal within 10 seconds. Great stuff.
Right, the two big matchups, I'll go Tommy Wilson, 21 on Kyle Martin, and Alex Urban is now on to Jackson Sketcher.
They certainly are matchups to watch. Balwyn 14, Noble Park yet to score on the Eastland scoreboard, so the Tigers with the early advantage. Mullinger McHugh for Balwyn wins the tap, but it's the Bulls with the clearance through the 8 of Zijai, and they work it forward. The Zijai brothers inside 50 for Noble Park. Flying high for the mark, very aggressive was Collis. Forced it to ground level, but it's all the Tigers sharking, and Taylor Gilchrist takes a relieving mark just in the nick of time, deep inside his defensive zone. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast, 1377 SEM Plus, or streaming live on efl.org.au. Taylor Gilchrist in the full-back position, chips it short. Balwyn just controlling the play at the moment. The hand pass lands in the arms of Chris Pendlebury, looks towards centre wing, finds the intended target there in Mullinger McHugh. In the right half-back position, the Tigers trying to work it methodically short, favouring that corridor area. Not a lot of options for Mullinger McHugh, so he's forced a hand pass. Takes the short, panicked option, but they're not panicked really, the Balwyn Football Club. They're very good with their disposal as Goebbels takes the mark, broadcast wing. Jeff Goebbels has kicked one major on the board already in the first 30 seconds, in case you missed it. Sends it long towards right half forward, a high ball. The Bulls have the numbers, and one of the flyers was Darren Wyatt, and he takes the mark at the left half back.
Oh, dangerous kick across ground. It's turnover now. But Noble Park just get on the ball in time. They're still under a heap of pressure. The hand pass to no one in particular. Now a big pack of players come. And Noble Park might be happy with a ball up after that kick across goal. Didn't hit the mark. So that was dangerous. And thankfully, Balwyn just couldn't get it in hand. Noble Park just bumbled it into a pack. Rising over the top was Mullinger McHugh. Now he does his own roving, but he takes on the tacklers. No holding the ball because he had no prior, and the umpire will come in and ball it up again, 40 metres out from Balwyn's goal. The Eastland scoreboard 2-2-14. Balwyn, they're the only scorers so far in this game as we tick past 10 minutes. So it's a hassled ball. Martin Good in tight, but he hands it out to the opposition. Quickly got forward by McDonald. Punch in the goal square. Good defence by Noble Park. Ground level ball. McDonald's under a heap of pressure, and he's beaten by Jaffa Williams, but the tackle by McDonald puts him under a heap of pressure. The hand pass is a bit wild. Now a turnover ball. It's not much of a turnover ball because all ball went in the middle of the ground, and Weatherall there to mop up, and he's clipped it too tight to the boundary, and it's out on the full as Stevenson took a grab outside the fence. And Noble Park from half-back takes some relief. But again, they kick to where the wall was set up, and Galeetson takes a nice mark on the wing.
Gutsy mark there by Galeetson. He backed into the pack.
He's got a couple of shorts as well, laterals, but he might have to kick it as long as he can to a hot spot. Leading option comes towards him, and it's a beautiful pass in the end. So it's now Balwyn got it through Sharman. He's got another short on, and Goebbels, the man from full forward, just leads up into it and takes the mark 40 out, and they're just finding some space in the forward line, Balwyn.
Well, there certainly are plenty of options for Balwyn once it gets down there into that forward 50. Noble Park, that back six there, you just got to tighten up a little bit, and they've got to be very wary. Once they bring the ball outside of that 50, they can't bang it long and expect their forwards to mark it, because that's just not happening.
It's the champ. Goebbels has got it. He'll be looking to get an early start on the scoreboard to get his confidence up. For the third for Balwyn. He's put it to the left post and just curled it in, and it's another goal to the Tigers. They're doing all the scoring. 3-2-20, leading by that margin on the Eastland scoreboard. 11 and a half minutes gone, first term.
Just looking at those trees behind the goals down at that end of the ground, I think that wind out there is a lot stronger than what we realise up here.
Would you say 3 to 4 goals?
I would say 3 goals, yes.
Well, it's going to impact on the play quite significantly, you would think. And that's Jeff Goebbels' second for the afternoon. That brings his total to 18 so far this year, equaling Charlie Haley at the top of the perch for the Balwyn Football Club in season 2019. So we're back at the middle, 12 minutes gone on the Eastland scoreboard. Balwyn 20, Noble Park yet to score. So we're set in motion once again. Mullinger McHugh taking the ruck duties in place of Bunkhurst, but it's Noble Park with the clearance through Zijai, sends it inside the 50. Flying high for the mark with Scott, couldn't quite take it. The Balwyn defence come back in numbers. Zijai was in the thick of it once again, and taking the ball over the line is Oakes for the Bulls in the left half forward position for Noble Park.
Well, the Bulls are breaking 50-50 in the midfield, but they just can't deliver the ball properly into their forward line. They're not finding any space at this moment.
Noble Park yet to register a score in this game. Monkhurst wins the tap for the Tigers, and it's cleared away Mike Gilchrist towards centre half back. Jaffa Williams tried to take the mark. He was spoiled. Diving in for the ball is Marson for the Bulls. He's besieged upon by a couple of Tigers. The umpire says, give it to me. We'll have a bounce, a stoppage in the middle of the ground. Brilliant atmosphere. Crowd trickling in here at Pat Wright Senior Oval. The southernmost ground of the Eastern Football League. I think it's fair to say, Gav.
Yeah, it took me a while to get here. As it's now Balwyn and Noble Park going at it at centre forward. It is for the Bulls. And I actually was thinking that I was driving up, and the tolls are killing me here.
Oh, I don't take the tolls.
Well, I had to. It's coming from the far northeast. But it's Sketcher running out of the pack, hands it off to his teammate. Short pass by Marson, didn't hit the target, and Kohler, so ground level ball. Balwyn there to mop up, trying to get out of a tackle. Has got leaps and he's harassed into this, spilling it off back to Noble Park. Marson didn't have much time to give it to a teammate, and over the shoulder with the bump going in over the Balwyn player, and they'll take some relief off halfback. Curled ball into McDonald in the middle of Pat Wright Senior Oval, and Balwyn have got ball in hand. Short pass, Sharman. Well, he stretched all the way to take a good mark. That's as tall as he can get to take that mark at centre forward. And a long ball inside 50. Goebel smart enough to get out of the back of the pack when he knew he wasn't going to mark. He spoons the hand pass up in the pocket. Balwyn still got some control, but the tackles are flying in on Haley, and the ball won't get loose for Balwyn as harassed over the line was Wilson.
The one thing Balwyn are doing is they are actually, as soon as they're getting the ball, they're all pushing their numbers forward on the hoping that they win that crucial ball.
So it's a boundary throw in, 40 out. Moncourse, much the taller, comes late over the top. Punch down to Wilson. Willie Rove onto it. His feet got in the way as he tried to pick it up, and it just dribbled off his boot for another behind. Balwyn, all the scoring on the Eastland scoreboard, 3-3-21, leading by 21. 15 minutes gone, first term.
So the Bulls will be very, very eager to get a score on the board. And confidence more than anything else as a chip pass out of defence from Wyatt finds his teammate in Ali Zijai. The Zijai brothers have figured prominently so far in this game. Chip pass to left half back, marked by Anagnostu. Again, looking laterally across their defensive goal face here, the Noble Park Footy Club. Some marks taken by Wyatt once again, last line of defence. Not a lot of options, so he's forced to go to the grandstand side. His kick is wide and out on the full, so free opportunity here for Balwyn from right half forward.
Umpire said touch. And then
Smith has taken the relieving free kick. A bit of confusion here from the Noble Park players. I think the umpires are conferring.
Well, the boundary umpire said Damo. Ray and I have seen it. He's gone touched over the line.
But the other umpire,
the field umpire sort of overruled him, but then the boundary umpire just stood back and watched. And now they've come to a consensus.
The right decisions now. Throw the ball in.
I don't think Noble Park would have been harshly penalised, even if it's a line ball decision.
Well, we're back in play once again. Monkhurst fortuitously won the tap in the end. It landed in his lap. Latching onto the loose ball is Smith. Chips it towards full forward. Noble Park have the numbers, flooding their defence. Good tackle applied on Haley. The umpire
too high
has adjudicated that it's too high. So it'll be Charlie Haley lining up for his first. 30 metres out, directly in front.
Well, he barely had it. The tackle just threw him to the ground, so fair free kick there to Haley.
No ducking at all?
Well, he was bending down for the ball, so he got to give him the chance to take it. And the
he wasn't ducking. He wasn't actually ducking. He was looking downwards to pick up the ball.
Well, that's the reward for putting your head over the contested footy. As Haley lines up for Balwyn's fourth goal. He's 30 metres out, directly in front. The deliberate approach with the right foot is successful. And the Tigers, they're dancing on their merry way early. They move on to 4-3-27. Noble Park yet to score. 17 minutes gone on the Eastland scoreboard.
Unfortunate for Noble Park. Just before Haley got that free kick, the Noble Park player was just about to take possession of that ball, and his feet went from under him. You know, you've got to wear the right footwear on a day like today, but it certainly paid the penalty.
Let's go to our boundary rider, Ben Warren-Smith.
Yeah, thanks, Gav, and thanks to car sales as well. Balwyn have made about 20 changes already in this first term. It's regulation. They're structured. They know when to come on and when to come off. It's also really good to see all the players supporting MMD as well, which we'll see in round 9, including next week, with all the Blue Sox out there today. Fantastic.
Gaines wanted to Sketcher. Oakes was in the chain of hand passes, and Noble Park controlled it on the wing. Long ball inside 50. Big opportunity for Scott, but he's wrestling with Pendlebury. He's not going to beat him one-on-one. Pendlebury takes the mark, but the kick out was not good, and it's been intercepted. sawed off by G. He juggled it around his back and eventually wasn't going to hold it, but he takes the mark. His short pass nearly comes off to Lambert, but he spills it under a bit of pressure. So from having a potential shot at goal, it will be a ball up 35 metres out.
Why did he play on?
Oh, no, he should have taken the shot there. He had plenty of time. That was definitely in goal-kicking territory.
Well, he didn't give me a chance to describe his effort. Rushing too much there where Noble Park missed a shot at goal or having a chance for it. They've got the ball at centre forward, but Bourne wrapped them up. And we'll go boundary side again to Ben Warren Smith for Carsales.
That's twice inside forward 50 for Noble Park. Now they've gone the short option and missed the target. I actually believe that was the correct option there, but you just got to hit those.
It was just over the head of Lambert. Now Bourne get it out of the contest, kick it long to centre forward. Mulligan McGee, good ability, gets the hand pass off to the running Smart. Smart tries to get a spearing ball into Goebbels, but allows Luau just to work his way onto it, but he just gives it up. Haley picks it up in the pocket, and what a snap for a goal! He doesn't have much to look at, but he's just got the nous to hook it around for another goal. He's second. 5 on the board for Balwyn. Eastland scoreboard, Balwyn all the scoring, 5-3-33.
He's a dangerous customer, that Charlie Haley. 2 goals, 2 already to his name in this game. He's starting to hit some top form again. When he's in form, Charlie Haley, he's a dangerous player.
Well, just as Jeff Goebbels reached Haley's total for the season, Charlie Haley has responded with 2 of his own. So he moves on to 20 for the season. Let's head boundary side for Carsales. Ben Warren Smith.
Crowd up and about for that one. A very early clubhouse leader for Tobin Brothers goal today.
Indeed, as we're back in the middle once again. Balwyn 33, Noble Park 0. Monkhurst wins the tap. It's forced to ground, trying to break through his G to bring some life and revitalise the Bulls' side. It's on Balwyn's attacking half of the centre circle, and we'll have a stoppage. So a good crowd in, perfect conditions. Top temperature of around 18 degrees today in Melbourne, which is unusual in the middle of June. Monkhurst winning the tap for the Tigers. O'Regan tried to break away from the pack. Instead, it's his opponent, Tua, who gets the kick. He was very good last week. Interception by Weatherall for the Tigers on the defensive half of his centre circle. So Jackson Weatherall, consistent player for the Tigers, on the left foot. Spearing ball towards half forward was brilliant. Finds Mulligan McHugh. Can wheel onto his probing right foot, sends it to the top of the square. It's a 2-on-1. Haley caught behind, read it the better. It's in the pocket. He's hard up against the line, and the umpires picked out a push. It'll be a Noble Park free kick on the last line of defence.
Yes, and Noble Park will leave not to have another one. It's Glenn working it from full back line. They've sort of run themselves into the pocket and into a bit of trouble, and they can't share their way out as Ananostiu just hand pass wildly to the fence, really, and it's going to be a ball up 30 metres out. So implied pressure is now trying to sink into the brains, unfortunately, of the Bulls. Can they save this position? 30 out, but again, Rowe from cross picks it up, puts it on his left boot, but he doesn't get a score, so it's just closer to goal, really, as we have another ball in.
Oh, there he is, our friend Davis.
He was out in the full, actually.
Yeah, with his camera down there, taking some good picks for us.
Yep, so it'll be Garnham who will look left and right, but he should hug the boundary line and play the percentages. He does so. A lot of players get underneath it. Ground ball now, Balwyn. Well, they nearly took it, but Noble Park rushing forward through Zajai. Hand pass forward again. Zajai will run onto it. He's got another hand pass over the top, bouncing ball for Urbulet. And he can't take control of it, and it'll be out of bounds, but they made the territory to half forward.
Yeah, unfortunately for Urbulet, the ball didn't bounce the right way for him to run onto it.
Well, it was so tight to the line, you just wondered how it got that far without going out.
Good play, though.
So it'll be a boundary throw in, 55 out from Noble Park's goal.
Monkhurst wins the tap. You would suspect the ball would fall over the line in the arms of Anagnostu, and that's the case. 60 out for the Noble Park goal.
They need a goal before quarter time here, Noble Park, just to settle themselves down here.
Yeah.
It was a better transition out of defence on that occasion. 22 minutes gone in the first term. Tap won by Gaines for Noble Park. The ball in dispute once again at ground level. We'll have a scrimmage and a stoppage. 70 out for the Bulls goal.
We might ask them to bring the play more closer to us. If it's going to stay over there the whole day, it's going to be tough.
Players always love that outer side, don't they, Gav? Monkhurst wins the tap and roves his own footy with a kick towards the centre of the ground. Mark dropped on that occasion by Anagnostu for the Bulls. He's got support, however. Hand pass comes back to Anagnostu. It was fed back to Nelson, and the chip pass is on the true centre wing position, and the mark has been taken by McDonald. So on the outer side of the ground, the Bulls will work it forward towards right half forward. The target there is Marson, flew high for the mark, couldn't quite take it. The umpire's called out on the full. It'll be a Balwyn free kick from left half back.
I think they're winning enough ball, Noble Park, but they're just not doing enough with it.
So Taylor Gilchrist relieving the tension for the Tigers, who lead 33-0 on the Eastland scoreboard. Flying high for the mark was Wyatt, couldn't quite bring it down. Still the Bulls have the numbers. Wyatt breaks through, but his hand pass was intercepted, and the Tigers are away on the counter-attack at left half forward. A chain of hand passes ends up with Smart. Feeds it off, still a chance, they're working it out across their half-forward line. It falls into the arms of Bill Hewson, works it back to Cross. Cross looks towards the pocket, and he finds the target all on his own. An uncontested mark is taken by Jaffa Williams. He can go back and kick the Tigers 6th.
They had too many numbers running forward.
Yep.
Noble Park just couldn't flood back to stop the tide of Balwyn players.
Exactly, good words there, Brash.
So Yaron Jaffa Williams, he's got an exciting name and he's an exciting player. He's 20 metres out, deep in the forward pocket. He's going to centre the ball, does a disciplined team thing, caught the Bulls' defence napping, and the mark's been taken by Bain. Now, will that be 25 metres? No, it won't. The umpire calls for Lockie Bain to go back over his mark and shoot from 30 metres out directly in front.
He's been around quite a while now, Lockie Bain. I think he's had quite a few injuries. And Balwyn would be happy to have him back in the side, especially with his experience.
Probably a little bit of inexperience there, boys. You know, Noble Park, but not manning up. Just because a guy looks like he's going to kick for goal doesn't mean he will.
So Bain kicking from directly in front, 30 metres out, should be a soda, and the kick is true. The signs are ominous for the Bulls, and it's in a dark manner as well. Balwyn 6-3-39, Noble Park yet to score. It's the Queen's Birthday Clash, Premier Division, 24 gone first term on the Eastland scoreboard.
Wayne Brasher, just going back to what you said before, I totally agree with you. Noble Park aren't doing much wrong until they hit that forward 50. Then once they bomb it into that forward 50, the ball's turned over. The only thing they're probably doing wrong is a little bit slow to react once the ball is turned over. As you all said, you know, they're running in numbers, Balwyn, once they get that turnover.
Time for comments for car sales from Ben Warren-Smith.
Yeah, just on that, they're in the contest, but the pressure from Balwyn is causing Noble Park to make mistakes. They are ferocious, the Tigers, at the moment. Very impressive.
There's an example again of the tackles coming in on Oakes. Just as he thinks he might break free out of the centre, he's got wrapped up and pushed backwards. So they gain territory even without the ball. Do ball and ground level ball. Wilson gets onto it, hands it back to Mullingar-Mahue. He took the ruck contest now. Quick kick inside 50, 3-on-3. Balwyn have got the numbers running to the boundary line to keep it in and keep control. Quick hand pass to Gilchrist. What's he going to do in tight? Gives it off to his teammate and spearing ball and well marked by Sharman, who again stretched like he's the rubber man, and he just took it on the highest point. And from 20 out straight in front, he'll look to get another goal on the board for Balwyn.
Inspector Gadget-like qualities there shown by Cooper Sharman.
Good pass by Bain too.
Yeah, Bain got it from Gilchrist and close to the boundary line. He hooked it in. They're looking, the confidence just to take the time and look inboard for the better shots is great for the Tigers so far. And Sharman, he's put it on the boot and it's gone through the middle for another goal as we tick towards quarter time. Balwyn doing all the scoring on the Eastland scoreboard. 7-3-45, Noble Park still on the duck egg.
I didn't see this score coming, to be quite honest, at quarter time, heading into quarter time. Like I said, I think that Noble Park's experience, but the fact that they're running hard and they're exposing Noble Park's back six with lots of pressure, and I think that's really where the tale of the story is at the moment.
Well, it's been an embarrassing first term for Noble Park in front of their home fans. 5 goal kickers in all for Balwyn so far, with 7 on the board as we're back in the middle once again. Mullingar-Mahue wins the tap for Balwyn, but we'll have a secondary bounce in the middle with another stoppage and scrimmage. Let's head boundary side thanks to car sales. Ben Warren-Smith.
Just with the comment earlier about playing on the other side of the ground, when the side kicking against the breeze will use that side because the wind works to their advantage. With the wind, you go down the corridor. That's the closest way home. Look to Noble Park to open up that corridor in the second term. They'll go direct.
Wind specialist Ben Warren-Smith there thanks to car sales as Urban is wrapped up.
It's not usually something you want to be called, a wind specialist.
I mean that in the nicest way, of course. Mullingar-Mahue wins the tap and roves his own footy. Kick towards half forward for the Tigers. It's a tumbling ball. No one can gain clear possession. Jaffa Williams had to fly high. It was a fickle bounce for him. The Bulls can take advantage from Agnostu. They work backwards to go forwards. Garnham sends it out wide. True centre wing position. It's in the arms there of Oakes. He can't break through the tackle, and the umpire says holding the ball. The tackling from the Tigers has been ferocious. So they'll move it from the outer side towards left half forward in the prime position. Mark taken on the chest by Haley. Wheels onto the right foot. Sends a long ball to full forward. Going back with the flight, O'Regan couldn't quite take the mark. It's rushed through for a behind from the desperate Noble Park defence, and the goal umpire's down. Let's see if he gets up in time to make his adjudication. It's rushed through. So Noble Park, they're yet to score. Balwyn 7-4-46, 28 gone, Eastland scoreboard.
Well, he fared better than Oakes in the tackle.
Yes, kept his feet almost.
Good on him. So Noble Park have done a lot of defending. They'll be looking for the siren for quarter time. The long kick out, hoping for the best. Oh, big mark. Brilliant there by Lual, who just rose as tall as he could and took a nice mark at half back. His kick was a touch finder in the end as Marson just escorted it over, and it's now at half forward.
He's got a nice athletic build, that Lual, hasn't he?
Yep.
I don't mind that kick either. If he'd have kicked it high and long, they would have been outmarked. So there was nothing wrong with it, and it got meterage as well.
You've got to try to get your teammates into it, even if it's tight, but not much territory space within the forward line for Noble Park, on close to the boundary line, and it'll be another boundary throw in on the outer side of Pat Wright Senior Oval. It'd be great if they could get a score before quarter time. They've ticked past 29 minutes without troubling a shot at goal. Gaines taps it out the back, hoping opening up the game, but again it's Balwyn close around the contest, working nicely, but it's too tight this time to break free, and it'll be another ball up outer side. Rucks go at it again. Mullinger-McHugh gets in front position, knocks it down to his feet, so that'll just hold it up again. We'll get another ball up.
Boys, you look at that scoreline, and let's not be fooled. Noble Park are not out of this game. You don't have to make up the 7 goals in one quarter. If they can go down the corridor next quarter and pick up 4 goals or so, more than what Balwyn do, they're back.
The free kick, and the Ruckman's just handed back to Balwyn. The siren just beats another shot at goal. Haley would have marked it from 40, but Gaines was led off by the siren because he took a free kick and hand passed the ball. He must have got the wrong call. He literally handed it over to Balwyn, but no more score. But it's an ugly scoreboard at quarter time for Noble Park. They haven't registered the score. Balwyn is 7-4-46.
Indeed, Noble Park yet to score. The royal decree has it on this Queen's birthday clash. It's Balwyn on top early. Major goal scorers so far. Jeff Goebbels has booted 2. Charlie Haley with 2 to follow. And singles to Jaffa Williams, Bean and Sharman. We'll take a break. It's the Queen's birthday clash. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. Stay tuned. Hopefully, for the sake of the game, Noble Park can get back into the contest and make it a type 1. It's Balwyn 46, Noble Park 0. You're listening to 1377 SEN+. This is EFL Game Day.